This is one of those things, though, where both of these teams just trying to end on a high note, trying to go into the next level. Liquid trying to fix some of their mistakes. Faze trying to have something positive with coldzera inside of this lineup going into 2020. And we're live into the pistol round here on Mirage.
Make some noise, Bahrain!
Molotov in towards the window. And a fast-paced strategy for Team Liquid up catwalk. Smoke is going to block things off for the moment, allow for a duel, and Nico's got the first kill. It's traded at a small entry into the A bomb site, and that gets opened up wider and wider. Nitro's forced back, and Stewie can plug the rotations.
Ooh, yeah, jumps right over the murder hole. He's got a strong position. He's holding two players right now on the CT side, one in ladder room who had spotted him. Olaf is going to be the first contact in CT spawn, staring right down to the ramp. But what's the first move?
Well, coldzera's got to deal with this player in middle. He's got to find a way to do that. Naf waiting for his timing. They're trying to keep him pinned down, and he can just bait. He can delay this. That bomb is going to be an issue. So much damage is being dished out. And Alige going to pull the knife out. He's going to get it inside of the smoke. That's a 1-0 lead for Liquid.
1,500 in the bank. We saw actually in the last match, in the pistol round, as Straws with 3 players tried to get a knife kill on the pistol. Lost 2 of them, but getting that $1,500 after the first round is enormous. I mean, they aren't fighting against the T side, so there's no threat that the other team is going to end up buying the SGs, but bolstering your economy at this point in time in CS is so important because the second round is just as hard as ever to win.
Yeah, it does seem to be, there's been a lot of seesaws in these rounds, and at the moment it looks like Liquid might just avoid that danger. They're just going to go for a straight-up set piece at this A bomb site. And if Faze, if Rain can't provide something with his deagle, they might want to give it up. And there it is. He gets aggressive right before the smoke blooms. Plenty of time and plenty of weaponry for Liquid to recover. Bomb's going to get planted, and the question for Faze is, do they want to go for it? Another tag on the scout, but the spam through the smoke is just too strong.
Yeah, they're fighting. They keep fighting, and it's a really good sign. Stewie up top in the smoke has to drop off once it dissipates. No next duel for him. Everybody else is playing it safe. Galil's in the back line. Stewie does a good bit of damage. He's got another enemy just above him, but he's also got teammates to support. Rain with a second deagle of the round.
Still a long way to go, but Brokey's got him on the next step. Smoke is on the bomb, it's being diffused, and Elise finds him, and another from Naf. 1-on-1, and there's just no time for coldzera. Naf has got this one, but it's a costly victory for Liquid. coldzera can't get the rifle. It's 2-0, but that is a tough round to win for Liquid.
Oh my God, yeah, a good number of kills there for Faze. Really, really well done. And it's good to see Rain in form. If we look at his previous performances the last few months, he has basically flatlined. He has like all-time lows for the past few tournaments. Like, he has been struggling. And that's talking about a player who joined this team that wasn't meant to be the focus or the star and ended up being the superstar. In recent memory, Rain has been despondent.
There's so many superstars on this Faze team, and they seem like they've really kind of struggled to find a way for them all to be consistent. We've seen various of these players that go through tough stretches in their careers on this lineup as they try and figure out some kind of organization that they can rely on. This round should be easier for Liquid. There is still the scout on Olaf. He's got 3,100. There's deagles on the board as well. Alige is very mindful of that boost. This MAC-10 from Stewie could do work. Rain close up with the deagle. Smoke's going to be in his face.
Oh, he was just spotted. Spray transfer is good. Alige does tons of damage there. Gets tags on 2 players. And Stewie's going to take the liberty of moving up the stairs into connector. I don't know if he spotted anyone over the smoke, but as we can see on the X-ray, he's got 3 teammates ready to pounce on the A site.
The timing of his play, as soon as Alige gets that kill, Stewie is not going to turn the corner at the right time.
Facelift.
Rain's got another headshot, but he can't build upon it. And Cold is just going to have to play some stalling tactics. Huge advantage in the round for Team Liquid. At this point for Faze, winning seems out of their reach. It's all about the damage that they can cause, because look at the money for Liquid. They need to keep these full rifles in their hands.
Yeah, they can't afford to let these like crazy kills keep happening on the eco rounds. Some great deagle play so far, but we saw that Faze, even when they played against NIP yesterday, they were on point on Mirage and still got slapped up. It seemed like they were keeping it on par, and then there was that really big swing round where Nico fluffed the spray. Oh my God, coldzera still in play. He's got that deagle kill. We're almost down to majority dead. Naf and Alige are so low, but they'll manage to stay alive. No late tap on the bomb to drag him back in. That's going to be it. Liquid will seal this one up, and with the bomb plant, a little bit of extra cash in their pocket.
Those deagles, though, doing some work. Some nice headshots from Rain, obviously coldzera as well, so that's taken some of the money out of the hands of Liquid, and we're going to go into this first gun round now, and FaZe should be feeling pretty decent about their cash.
Yeah, and speaking a little bit more about form on the other side of things, Elige is the only player in the server right now that is reaching all-time highest form. He, on his rating, has just been spectacular, whereas his teammates are all kind of hovering around average. Stewie and Twist have actually gone down a bit. Nitro is just right down in the middle, but Elige has been superstar, top 5 player constantly.
That's been a year-long thing for Elige. He's had a phenomenal year. Yeah. Someone who is hailed as one of the best players in North America, proving it here in 2019. Liquid swing out at top mid with a couple smokes to cover their position for the moment, re-smoking in towards window as well. No upgrade for Olaf Meister. He stayed on the scout.
Like this establishing mid here for Liquid. Now, the one lurker at the A ramp, we'll see when he activates. Doesn't seem like he has anywhere he wants to go just yet. Pressure now on connector. They're making good progress for the amount of time in the round. They've also got window.
This is a lot of map control for Liquid, and look at Stewie again, this play being made, and it's perfect. Rain had no idea it was coming. No one had that covered, and there's a Molotov in towards the window room, so Cold can't even rotate in time to stop this. And it might be about time for FaZe to start thinking about a save. A 3-on-5. If coldzera doesn't provide something magical here, and actually they're just calling the save already. Brokey and Olaf, they haven't budged from the B bomb site, so coldzera's got to back away, and that is a dominant round from Liquid.
No window room control, no CPL. Elige is up there. There's basically no threats. This is the perfect round. If you're on T side, you're like, get 2 kills, deny any chance of even thinking about a rotation, get the bomb down. Everything else is clean. 5 alive here, tons of money saved for the next round, and that's that much farther that they are from being able to be ecoed.
And that's 2 rounds in a row we've seen Stewie in towards connector make that play through the smoke, and the timing of it is what's critical, because it's right when Elige is finding a battle on catwalk, and it's pulling some attention from the defenders at A away, which gives Stewie the safety, at least the safety to take the risk.
I was wondering, like, did it seem to you like he was testing the waters in that first round to see if, like, I should be really worried about the thought of pushing through the smoke?
I honestly think he was just trying to go for the Mac 10 kills. I think he was just hungry for them. I don't think there was a whole lot of thought. I think he was just like, I got the Mac 10, let me be the one who explores, let me be the one to get bonus monies.
I can see it. I can see it.
4-0.
Yeah. Yeah, a solid start so far, and it's with the sustainable rounds too. I really like the mid control just to establish things. They're gonna start out once again like that. It looks like. I mean, top mid smoke is meaningless. Essentially, you need a bit more information from that, and it looks like we're gonna have a rush into underpass. Totally calculated here by Nico. He's gonna peek out flashed. He's gonna get spotted as well and won't have assistance. Can call now for an extra nade, but he's gonna get some nades in response. Full blind to get taken out by Elige.
Yeah, he got sucked, and that's a barrage of utility to clean him out. Molotov behind Olaf. That's doing damage to coldzera. It's got to be put out, but with 2 players in connector for the defense, that leaves window room open, and that's exactly where Stewie's positioned himself. This is perfect for Team Liquid. They've gotten everything off that small mistake from Nico.
Big thing is just like the time on the round at which they're getting and establishing control and getting window. It's just so much. It's just so much harder for the CTs to have to deal with this. I mean, they can be so patient right now. Stewie has no reason to move a muscle.
coldzera's kind of boxed into this corner though. He's got to keep attention towards connector as well, and oh, that's a big win. Stewie goes for the peek, but Cold's lying in wait. A lot of damage done, but back into a 4-on-4. And remember that statistic that Maniac brought up, 20% 4-on-5 conversion for FaZe. They've got a chance here. Brokey's gonna defend, and he's got plenty of teammates on the way over, already in market.
Here it is, Brokey. Can he do anything with this? Takes some damage in the back. Eventually gets finished off, and coldzera, his main assistant, is gone too. That's it. Olaf looking to escape at this point and even gets spammed on his way out.
I don't know what the plan is now for FaZe. Obviously, they can't go for the round. They can't go for the win. Olaf's got to back away with the op, but Rain's in position to try and keep them boxed in.
It's really cool. I don't even know. Is there a chance? No, it looks like not. That was cool because they took the mid control in the exact same fashion they did last round, but this turned it into this full B exec right after. I mean, it's not like FaZe were low on manpower in the B side either. They had coldzera and they had Brokey.
They had a great call. They got everyone, even Olaf Meister was there ready to go with the AWP. He got smoked off, and unfortunately, the rifles just couldn't keep Team Liquid's attack at bay.
You've got to at least go 1 for 1 for your teammates to think about it. The B side is not a retakeable one.
This is a pretty quick and a pretty convincing 5-0 for Team Liquid. And at this point, you got to wonder what the adjustment is going to be for FaZe. You have to imagine there's going to be some kind of a conversation around defending mid, about challenging for that control. And I think that's what they wanted to do here, but Nico just missed the opportunity, missed the jump.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why you got a KZ, right? That's why you got a KZ. It's going to happen sometimes. You'll eat a flash jumping out of the window. Sometimes you just hit your head.
Sometimes you just miss.
Sometimes you just miss, and that's just the name of the game. So you've got to have protocols from that point on too, though. There's potential for him to go underpass there. Olaf trying to take his place, and also will take his place, jumping out into the bottom of mid, and now they'll have to adapt. Great flash for the cross. Didn't spot it, but adjust nonetheless. Traded on the way back. Nico answers, and oh my god, it's a flurry of frags.
Yeah, with so much attention on mid, I think that's Naf saying, I'm just going to go ahead and challenge towards this A bomb site. There's a push a little bit down the lower ramp, so Naf was just ready for it. That's a lot of aggression for FaZe to come out with in the opening stage of this round. And into a 3-on-3, now things have to go passive. And with so much time on the clock, Liquid can do whatever they want on this map.
We have officially entered the mid round here. As you can see from the X's, just players dying in spots where there's just so much hectic fights for control. And Naf doesn't realize, just like coldzera doesn't realize, that they are standing in front of their opponents.
Yeah, this is tense. The drop is a disadvantage for Naf. Shadows can be a disadvantage for Naf. And look now, Nico going for the information play, pushing through underpass. He's going to shrink this map. Brokey's going to start rotating over towards the A bomb site. So Nico, even though there's nobody close to him, he's not in any position to get any kills. He's having a huge impact on this round. He's getting his defense set up as well as you possibly could. Stewie and Naf, they have to go for this trade. Stewie's going to be the first one. That's the bomb as well. He shoulder peeks it. Gold doesn't fall away. He sticks around for the fight, and Brokey, he even steps up to the plate next. That smoke has got to give away his presence. But he's waiting for this flank from Nico. This is a long time coming. And Brokey doesn't go for the stop, and now the flank is exposed. Brokey still biding his time. Stewie has no idea he's here. Twist has no idea he's here. A 1 versus 2, and Brokey's got them both.
Wow, wonderful patience by Brokey. Just as you mentioned, there was no cue for Stewie to know that he could have stayed at triple the entire time. Didn't pull the trigger too early, got flashed, just knew that he could be more of a problem if he was patient enough to wait for the flank, and that's exactly the patience you wouldn't expect from someone that young. Really nicely played by Brokey, and he is really coming into his own.
That's part of why FaZe has talked so highly of Brokey as a player and how well he's been performing for them early on, is that kind of smart play. You know, the flank comes in when it has his impact. All the attention is taken away from Brokey's position. A couple of easy kills down the stretch, and Twist can't react in time, but that's a desperate first round for FaZe to recover. They have to build upon it.
No, it's true. And it comes partially because we don't know what the full strategy of FaZe looked like if Olaf makes that jump, which he misses, but they still come away with a semi-successful mid. He gets traded out, but they do make it a 3v3 and then they pull it back. So it's like, do they want to try something similar but execute a little bit better, or do they want to go into something new? And it looks like they are moving back away from that mid take. They have actually evacuated completely, giving up window again with no passive CT control. Oh, this is a round where they leave the grate unbroken, so they don't actually have to play CT and watch it. But this fully passive setup's dangerous. However, Olaf knows exactly what's coming. Give him connector, take him out in connector.
Smoke comes a little bit late, and almost a shot onto Stewie. Brain, if he's going to be aggressive again, Naf's going to find him one more time. That's twice in a row now. But the follow-up aggression for Nico, it was the winning recipe in the previous round, but his teammate's been pinned back towards CT spawn. All this defense really has is Nico, this flank, and if he speeds it up, he could get right behind them very quickly again. If Olaf can just cause any damage, any delay, Nico gets so much stronger.
Any chance of a smoke? They do have it. It pops. Nico now. It's going to be walking, but just as you mentioned, I mean, if it takes too much time or they can't cause a distraction, they're going to watch it.
They'll never expect it this quick. Twist, not even thinking about it, not even considering the possibility, and Brokey from underpass. 2 players left, Nitro and Naf, and they have to get aggressive. They have to take a risk somewhere. They just sit in these spots. It's going to be so dangerous. Even a Molotov on Brokey to clear out Naf's position if he can get there. Nitro sees one towards CT spawn, swings towards ramp. That's the first. There's the Molotov to force Naf out, and Brokey is committed to this fight. He's taken down by Nitro, 1 versus 2. And Nitro waiting for them again! This play is incredible! And Nitro's done it again!
Ice in his veins, the spray down. Just as you set it up, there was basically no chance they win if they sit and wait. I mean, he had to come through with a heroic shot like that. That's crazy. What a spray transfer. They're easily mollyable out. Nitro, they had a big flank ready. Nitro's under Valk, which is one of the most exposed positions, especially if you know someone's standing there, and they still manage. That is something to get excited about.
And that's going to be so frustrating for FaZe, having a 4-on-2, having all the advantages, the utility. You have them pinned down. You have Nap forced out of the corner, and Nitro just pulls off a miraculous clutch. Another guy in Liquid who's been struggling recently.
Yeah, that's true. And so, as you mentioned, like this is really rough. There's a round where FaZe, like they have to win. They know they can. They're set up really well. Moving into the late round, it's the post plan. They've known positions, 4v2, everything going for them, and they lose. And it has nothing to do with how they started out the round. So that's like a whole other conversation, you know?
Yeah, right?
It's like no longer just mid-control. Oh, this is what we need to do to set up the first kill. That's not even the main issue anymore.
Well, this gets brutal. FaZe is forced back to Deagles on 4 players. Famas on coldzera, who had some money to play with. But not a whole lot of hope here for FaZe, although those Deagles in the second and third round, they were pretty deadly, just not able to convert the rounds into a win.
At this point, a round means everything. Was waiting for a push. No CTs being aggressive. Everyone's playing very standard spots here. No, they've invested a little bit.
And this is more to Liquid's liking. Not only, I mean, obviously a clean, a 5-on-3 at the moment. They haven't lost any players. Remember, that second round was very costly in a victory. That came down into a 1-on-1. They need these guns alive. They want to build their economy as well.
Yeah, so I'll take it slow. They've already had success at mid versus better guns versus more utility. Why wouldn't it work here? Also very common just on the anti-ecos. Focus on mid first, 40, 50 seconds. Across that 1 minute mark, they're starting to make decisions. Moving deliberately now into connector towards A.
This is all FaZe can do. Stack a bomb site and hope they come there. It's not going to happen, so coldzera can bring the Famas into the next round. He doesn't have to risk it. Keep that gun in hand.
Yeah, and you know, stacking, it comes with 2 benefits. It's one, they run into your site and you win the rounds, or it's 2, everybody stays alive on the other side, you bring it into the next round, you try again, or you just use it with your buy. They're on CT side, they're happy to stay alive, so there's the silver lining. It's not a thick silver lining.
No, but I mean, at this point, all FaZe has right now is silver linings. Yeah. That's all they can really discuss as a team. So it's starting to get very scary in this half. This is a dominant offensive side for Liquid.
It's unacceptable, you know, on Mirage to have any scoreline this lopsided at this point in time. Or what team you play, especially for FaZe, who love Mirage, you know, who could happily pick this map.
Yep.
It's just, there's no, even if we were in the second half, this wouldn't make sense for
Also,
FaZe.
the context of the tournament overall as well, it's one thing to go out in last place, it's one thing to get washed out of this and not even have a fight in this final game.
Yep.
Now, we're a long way away from that. But that's what it's starting to kind of creep towards that territory. So FaZe have to be cautious that they give themselves enough room to work with into the second half.
And hopefully they are reminded of the fact that this happened to, you know, to them versus NiP yesterday on this very same map. Like, was that a fluke, or is their Mirage falling off quite heavily, or does it come down to individuals? Because, you know, it's hard to not have an understanding of Mirage. They definitely have that. They probably know exactly why they're losing, but can't seem to solve it. And it might be a problem with a frag, something maybe we can talk about later. We are into another establishing round for Liquid. Out to mid with 3. No further plans just yet.
Someone you'd love to come alive would be Olaf with this AWP to help control middle a little bit better, or at least have some better presence. Not only that, but he's joined up by coldzera on Catwalk and Nico in connector, so they have that very dangerous triangle setup. A lot of crossfires can be positioned here, although Olaf is backed away from it.
Really good damage there from Nico. And they're being a bit more adamant about window control, which is enormous, because that was a big deal for them. coldzera will also be offered up a kill. He can move out of this position, avoid some grenades, maybe turn it into a multi-elite. His next target and his next victim. Really well done.
That is strong play from coldzera, holding on a Catwalk all on his own. It's Liquid's turn to try and recover in a 3 versus 5. All 3 of them in middle as well. And if they come up connector, this is where the op from Olaf can have something to say. Reigns had a pretty tough time. He's been flanked from connector. He's been taken down on aggressive pushes down A ramp, but this time he should feel a bit more comfortable. coldzera does fall, and Nico remains aggressive. He picks up the slack.
I have to wonder at this point, you know, 4v2, they're crunched. Everybody knows on FaZe where they are right now. I mean,
look how boxed in they are.
Yeah, 25 seconds. Like, you can't even get that creative anymore. Good flash. Oh, it could have been a good flash, but Nico peeks right into it, leaving just Naf alone, and he'll go down too. FaZe Clan get a second round. That's nice, but that round makes me wonder why they weren't fighting for mid a little bit harder. Even in a passive setup, why they weren't fighting for either ladder room control or window room control more, because coldzera made this look really easy.
Yeah, he had the benefit of that smoke clearing, and Stewie perhaps not realizing, maybe thinking that was going to be cleared out. Still, if you're Faze, not only is that your second win, but 4 players survive, so you have a buffer. If you lose this next round, you'll still be able to buy moving forward.
Are you trying that again if you're Faze? Is coldzera offering himself up to try that again?
He'll go back to it.
Yeah.
He'll go back to it. Round number 10. Double ops set up for the defense now, and perhaps that's why they don't repeat that strategy. They want the 2 ops to be taking contact. Olaf has this one in window, and obviously Brokey towards the B bomb site. He can be positioned in a variety of ways.
So we shuffled around a little bit. Back to home base here in CT spawn. Now 3 on A, 2 within smokes if they come out. Fostering on the A site to throw these smokes. And Alige gets some good damage in. Spray goes off a little bit. Olaf protects his teammate. Really well done.
That's tough. That's tough to go against Alige because Liquid is setting up a very brutal pinch onto this bomb site. Range is barely staying out of the vision of Naf. It's Olaf they have to worry about. Although still 2 more players, and coldzera will be here very quickly. Olaf, Naf missed a chance, and Olaf almost gets taken down. Nico close up, trying to find Twist, and he's got it. There's the headshot with the creek. One more fight, he's got that with ease. Almost a third, and Naf, he's trying to keep him pinned down on the stairs, but again, Liquid have just lost way too many players.
Shave his head and call him Mr. Clean. That was beautiful.
Gonna let that one sit.
He wasted like 6 bullets on those 2 kills.
There's the op. Not enough utility to block off all the angles. Another one for Olaf.
Wow.
And a 3rd round for Faze.
You pointed him out. He's moving around a lot. He was there being very useful in CT spawn. Again, another player, he's bounced back a little bit, but he has also been he's kind of leveled off, it feels like, in his career a little bit. Slowed down, I think taking some more back seats to some of the other players on the team, maybe to their benefit. But here, see, he still got it. Yesterday hit that really amazing 1v3 versus NIP on Vertigo.
Listen, Faze at the moment doesn't need anyone taking back seats. They need players stepping up and taking control of this team and taking control of these maps.
Right.
Olaf's done it in the past, obviously. Oh, Nico right behind the smoke. Alige never saw him. Another kill for the op to Brokey. Ooh, he runs the gauntlet. Lucky to be alive. A missed shot. He could go down here, but he somehow just narrowly survives. It allows coldzera to bail him out.
Ooh, they're fired up now.
Yeah, coldzera helps out the Rook. And this Faze defense has come alive.
Yeah, love that whole idea about coldzera and Brokey just like working closely together.
On so many maps. We'll see it on Dust 2 as well in the next one.
Yeah, and Brokey getting more comfortable, and if you look at their stats, they're kind of climbing at the same time, which is just showing you those patterns just point to that working out really well. And it's nice to see, I mean, they just have so much faith in them. You talked about, they believe in the project. And this kid that not a lot of people knew about. So, okay, that's 0 for 3 from Faze on the cat jumps. I've got a video for you guys.
Yeah, have a chat with him, Launder. That's your thing.
There's one thing I can do.
Olaf's going to control Palace with the AWP. So now the ops, with some of the confidence and some of the money behind him, can start getting in a new position, can start giving different looks to this Liquid offense. And now for the first time in this half, it feels like a massive amount of bodies towards the B bomb site. They want to test Brokey and coldzera. Perhaps the weakness shown by Brokey in the previous round has forced Liquid into this attempt.
I know you're there, Molotov. Always scary. But will Team Liquid quiver is the question. Smoke comes over, high and above. Brokey takes a shot. That allows them to move forward. Baits for coldzera to get the 2K transfer into Brokey. A true combo. Well done.
And Alige never made any progress up catwalk. You could see Brokey even considered it. I think Nitro might have hurt the footstep, but he can do nothing about it. This is great for Faze. Now 4 in a row.
I'm really loving this operation, just the order of kills as well. You know, Cold getting baited 4, into Brokey cleaning up a little bit, and then Nico flanking. It seems like all of the pieces playing as they should. This is great, and it feels like Brokey might have shot just to take their attention away from the thought that he'd be on Balk.
Well, Brokey and coldzera run that same setup in the previous round, and it didn't get spotted. It didn't come to fruition, didn't have any real impact. And I think that's got to be Faze probably seeing that in the research of Team Liquid and saying we're waiting for them to switch this up and go for a heavy play towards the B bomb site. The ops have been the savior for Faze. This double op setup has pulled them back into this map.
Oh, okay. Good night, Rain. That's well done, and a spray to top mid, but it is just the eco. Someone called it 8-7. This was a match that, for a second there, it looked like FaZe were completely lost, and now you could actually see a world where they can make it 8-7.
Yeah, they've got so much control. They've got momentum, they've got money control. The defense is rotating into the right positions. Even when they were losing rounds, they were rotating and making the right calls and the right reads. Brokey backs away. That flashbang's a little bit late, but no one's cleared out Coldzera. He's got the first. He does get traded off, but Brokey is still here, and now he can just play for time. Play behind this pillar, make sure he doesn't go down. Both ops are zoned in. And Nitro has no chance. There's no real mobility here.
I know you say that to make it exciting. I know what you're doing, Jason. Oh, okay. I'll have to wait for another round. FaZe on fire. And it's good. Yeah, sometimes it's so nice to have that graphic because you forget, like, with how close the score looks like, it's hard to see who's actually made like a really insane comeback, and that's FaZe right now. It's
been a massive game of runs.
Yeah, it has.
Right? It was, what, a 7-1 run for Liquid to start this out, and now it's been 5 in a row for FaZe. So they're sitting very nice, and timeout being called to talk things over as the teams want to adjust.
Yeah.
This is the only real bright spot in the round for Liquid, is that shot from Nitro.
Yeah, and you know, we do have to look at the fact that a couple of the rounds that Liquid won were like amazing rounds, but they were also man disadvantaged rounds. So that means FaZe have some points for starting out well. They just couldn't close out. Well, crazy clutch from Nitro.
Yeah, that one is the real heartbreaker, because if this defense had come online a little bit earlier, you know, if they had avoided that situation of Nitro clutching that out, maybe this is actually an advantage for FaZe, but such is the life they have to live through. Liquid's gone away from that mid-control style. We're not seeing that anymore, that 3-4 players taking control of mid and creeping in towards connector.
Yeah, they were doing that by like a minute 20 on those very successful rounds here. They jump out mid, this time deliberately, not trying to make the cap play. And how far are... excuse me, they fall back into connector just to throw nades for a second. Olaf will ring off a couple of shots, and they'll suddenly fall back again. Where's Olaf's rotation in the situation? They're very crowded on the A site right now.
They are really crowded. That is a really good point to bring up, because the one nice thing is if this is going to be a set piece towards that A bomb site, they can step in front of the smokes. Even the body block now going to help Olaf, and that might be something that catches Elige or Stewie off guard in middle. This is so dangerous for Liquid. They might have no idea. Olaf looking for it, and he's found it. Brilliant play, savvy play from the experienced professional. A double kill for Olaf. And he's gonna, he misses the shot just narrowly. But everyone else from Liquid has gone down. Twist has no chance. And we're all tied up.
Was it fortunate that he was standing there? It's very hard to body block smokes. It looks easy, but to stand there, especially for the connector smoke that comes from so high.
Yeah, from vertical.
Yeah, I wonder, you know, how much of that is like, it's like generally the area, I hope it lands right on me, and how much of that he was like pretty confident, but it was like a perfect body block to net him 2 kills, to net them the round, really. Because you're gonna trust that smoke if you're Liquid. You're not expecting that to miss by a centimeter.
Yeah, not at all. Well, here we go. An uppercut up ramp, but they've got Nico. He does burn Nap in exchange. They don't clear out Dark, and Rain is precise from this position. No one in Palace. Flashbang is perfect. And Olaf's got one more kill, and again, Liquid is shut down. FaZe is gonna end this half on a 7-0 run.
Woo! Ending the half on fire. FaZe fans. Holy smokes.
That was quite a turnaround, no matter how good it started for Team Liquid. Losing that many in a row to end the half, you're going to feel like you lost that in a big way. It does not feel this close. That is so brutal. In the pregame, the stats was that both of these teams had better offensive sides than they did defensive. So Liquid, not backs against the wall, but a bit of a disadvantage here at the moment, down 1 round.
Highly played map here for both teams. FaZe Clan slowly setting up for that full B exact. A few players walking forward.
Yeah, but Liquid is quickly stacking this bomb site. Stewie misses the chance due to the flashbang Nitro. One's gotten out, but he taps his head clean off. Another flashbang. Nitro can't manage it. Stewie's got to hold on because his teammates have all fallen, and he's going to do just that for the moment, and he doesn't clean out Nico. Elige coming in, but Olaf's watching the flank, and Elige won't clear it. He won't look this direction at all.
That's that.
This is going to be a pistol round for FaZe Clan. Surely 1 versus 3 for Twist. The Magician. Does he have another trick in him? 1 versus 2, and the bomb still not planted. That's an opportunity that he missed. Moving over towards window. How does he get out? He's waiting. He knows he's calling the bluff, calling the fake tap. Oh, and they have no idea he's here. He sees the gun barrel. He's looking for Olaf. He's got the information on 1, and he's worked his way all the way around. An easy kill. No, he did! Twist, it's magical!
Oh my God! The Magician.
That is another heartbreaking clutch taken away from FaZe. A 1 versus 3. And Twist just nods again. He knows it.
It's been a while since we've seen Twist. But what a trick that was. Oh my God. That's crazy. Completely outplayed both of them. And I was just going to credit Olaf for like the really smart reposition. You know, he was just known in halls. As soon as noise was made, found his way back into the site, and it didn't matter.
They never thought there was a world in which he would get out of the window, in which he would actually make that play.
Wow.
Well, if you're FaZe and you end up losing this very narrowly, you look at that, you look at the Nitro, what, 1 versus 3 that he wins? That's 2 1 versus 3s that have got against you.
Mm-hmm. It takes a toll on you. That's how Moses went bald.
And listen, if anything is going to get Liquid back into this game and fired up, it's a clutch like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just call a pause. You got to walk that off mentally, of course. No taking off the soundproof headphones in here. But in this round, they've got time to relax. They're not buying up too much. There's not a whole lot on the line, excuse me. They want to get some damage in if possible. But it looks like Stewie has spotted a whole Void Bandit underpass, so he's going to fall back, trade that information over to his teammate, and continue to peek around. Some free ADR waiting for him here in mid.
Stewie, well, maybe.
Unless.
It's turned around. He didn't get what he wanted. Bit off more than he could chew, whatever platitude you'd like. Stewie finally getting one after all the craziness, down to 5 HP, and he's just trying to survive.
Look at this long-range weapon.
Dude, shout out to Nap. He's doing whatever he can with the shotgun to keep him at bay, and now Elige has come in. And eventually the trades do come. Stewie has to live. This third kill could be such good economic damage for FaZe. They haven't really invested a whole lot into this.
Wow. Yeah, they were really throwing caution to the wind. Pushing off Cat with a Mag 7. That's a new strat. I mean, I guess maybe that's why I'm not pro.
Well, I don't think he would have done it if Stewie wasn't pinned down in such a fashion with 5 HP. That's an AF coming to his boys' support.
I think maybe he was like, you know, if I don't peek, Stewie's gonna get all the kills. I can make more money than you, Stu. Hide. But he does stay alive. They keep the majority alive, which is pretty important. Liquid small lead, 9-8 right now.
And coming into this round with a disadvantage in terms of their buy. Krieg on the board for Olaf and 4 AKs to surround it.
Yeah, true.
Against 2 Famas and an SMG.
If you're not scared, you're stupid. These are very strong weapons.
So many smokes in mid at the moment. 5 smokes deployed on the board.
Yeah.
Right at the start of this round, and so many are going to fade. Denial of information. Twist is pushed up onto A ramp, which allows Stewie and Elige to actually be aggressive towards Connector, but that's even a tenuous position. They're very fortunate no one from FaZe is in Palace.
Are they going to try to take window over? Like, clearly Liquid are not going to allow them to do that easily. I don't know if they have plans to. Brokey's made his way back into the B hall. So what's the plan of action? It looked like it was almost certainly going to be a crunch on A. Bomb is moving back towards A, but they're getting farther away in some regards.
Well, Liquid seems to know what's coming. 4 players over at this A bomb site, and they've been pretty much dedicated there for some time.
Yeah.
A lot of faith in Nitro to at least defend or at least gather information over at B.
They don't really have many tells to make them rotate.
It's been a very passive round for FaZe. No engagements anywhere on the map yet.
Yeah.
35 seconds on the clock.
They have bled out utility, so maybe that was their goal, knowing that they were at slight advantage.
Stewie's going to be the man here. He's got to hold off this Palace play. There's the flashbang. Stewie completely blind. Holds his ground. He's got the first. Twist adds one more. Excuse me, it's Elige. But the trades come out very quick. 18 seconds and it's Cold Zera. A clutch of his own, a 1 versus 2. And he must deliver for his team. Nade out into the air. Naf goes down. They have the information. It's Nitro. But there's the SMG. And he's just spotted at the end, but he can't win. Nitro's got that. And all the clutches going the way of Liquid.
That instant double dink, you know Cold Zero was just going to turn around as soon as that first spray or burst didn't work out. Nitro didn't give him a chance. 10 rounds for Liquid, double digits. We reach that critical territory. Nicely played. Nice attempt in the 1v2. I mean, it was, you know, he almost had it.
I mean, you have to say, for having 4 defenders basically dedicated to this A bomb site, that's not a bad hit from FaZe whatsoever. They had all the success you could probably ask for against 4 players.
I'm actually confused about Stewie's spot. I wondered why he was playing like behind triple, but not like in CT. It seemed like he was at best going to get one with the Famas from where he was. I'm not sure.
I imagine that, you know, we'll see him play triple at some point, but it's just changing up position, so there's no pre-aim that comes through, right? Pre-aiming at the box, pre-aiming towards ticket booth, and you're kind of at the off angle right between the two of them.
Yeah, that's a good point. and they have the extra men to do it. So the hold is good. They also didn't have as great weapons as was pointed out at the beginning of the round.
Still, the money is going to be very sketchy for Liquid.
Yeah.
They didn't get a chance to build anything up into that 1 versus 1, even though Nitro did get a free AK out of it. Here we go out of the timeout. Round number 19, Liquid with a 2-round lead.
Stewie opping on ZT side. We know he jumps window, goes connector, one of his favorite things to do, but he's a little bit late to that party. So he's going to fall back into CT spawn, maybe make his way around to CT, and Elige is the guy who patrols between connector and window in this situation. He'll do that pretty much the whole round.
It's going to be another set piece towards A, but I think some of these smokes are going to be set up to get Brokey and Nico in position towards connector. Oh, that comes quick. One flashbang, and Rain's up before the smokes plume. Twist is so alone.
Yeah, he's got no help right now.
Utility being used to hold back the Palace hit, but look at this boost up. Faze is going to slow this down. Nico's in position. This is so beautiful. Faze has set this up perfectly. 5 on 3, and now Twist is put into play.
Smoke comes out. It's a defensive smoke. Faze kind of just like really slowed down a lot. I mean, Twist was completely alone there for a second. Chance to pounce. Nico had gotten the kill.
That they slowed down because Nico's position is so powerful. Oh, that timing. He just looks away. That would have been a freebie with the HP that Twist has. But Nico is just, Liquid can't rotate to the other bomb sites. Nitro's all alone, and you could see Nap and Twist, they're slowly starting to creep this way, but they know they have to deal with Nico. This is gonna delay so much. This is gonna put so much pressure and so much on Nitro's shoulders. He's gotta hold on, 1 versus 3, hiding behind the bench for the moment. There's the first shot, the first kill, new position, and Olaf's already watching for it. Now his HP is low, and Nico's getting effective. He's put into play, and the whole strategy plays out perfectly for FaZe in this situation.
Nice. They take their time off of that information that Nico had, the ability to hold rotates, get a kill if he wanted to. There's even a chance where he just gets the kill early and ends the round. And they go back to B, playing it nice and patient. Well, they kind of were favored on either bomb side at that point. They had the isolation smokes, they had the 1 kill on Stewie right away. That's the opper down at CT. They could have killed Twist if they wanted to. This might have even been a better play, and it definitely looked really good.
That was a gorgeous tactic, and we talked about the money. What an expensive round to just get dumpstered as soon as you switch into the AWP. Oh, but Coldzera gets here so late. I don't know what happened at a T-spawn, but he was there like 5 seconds later than usual.
Yeah. Liquid
had already made their way quietly all the way up Palace. That's a freebie. AK in Stewie's hands.
A big upgrade to the fact that they have already got armor. They are on pistols and a mixed buy in general, but a giant upgrade, especially in the 5v4. So what's the response back from FaZe? It does press you a little bit to move a bit faster to try to even up. You can't play as slow the whole way through, even though they're slightly advantaged in guns in general. They're receding back into spawn right now. Bomb, as we can see, fostering up to go back to A. Spray goes awry for Stewie.
I like that risk, though. He wanted to catch Rain off guard, and he did. He just missed his opportunity. So now with Stewie at such low HP, you pass that off to Elige, who's got armor and a helmet. Pass that off to somebody.
Is it known what's going to happen? There's a focus towards B. I mean, this is technically, you know, heavier B play than normal, so you would think Liquid are expecting that, and it's not the case right now. So pressure now on what guns do we have? A Scout and a CZ on the A site.
Yeah, but that can be deadly. The Scout gets a tag. The real X factor is Nico coming out of Palace. There's the Scout, immediate headshot, beautiful. And there's Nitro. Distracted is Rain, and he goes down. Nico coming out, 1-tap. It's a gorgeous sounding 1-tap, and Brokey's gonna find the second, so still pressure. Still that AK-47 is in Stewie's hands with low HP, and Nico's gonna get aggressive. He spots them both, but he can't get them both, and Brokey's dinked, and he's cleaned up. 11-9.
They're playing in the chaos there, just waiting for the craziest moment to try to peek. We didn't see the 1-tap, but we know that it was amazing and very important. That 1 kill from Nico to allow them to get onto the site so easily. And then Brokey, great to jump to attention, get the A-ramp trade before the AK could be put into use. That was nice too.
The question becomes for FaZe, for a team that has struggled to find their footing at the end of this year with Coldzera coming in as a new player, how many heartbreaks can
Brokey.
the team with the new lineup, Brokey coming in as well, with these new players, how many heartbreaks can they survive? 2 3 versus 1 loss in this game. Now they've been ecoed. They lost the early round against Nitro to Coldzera. The SMG versus the AK-47. They've had a lot of rounds that they probably feel should have been theirs.
Yeah, it always hurts the worst when it's an attack on your fundamentals. That's That stuff that's map agnostic, that stuff that's experience based, that stuff that's just your fundamental level of chemistry. If that comes into question, things get troublesome. I can see why that would really suck. Nap, oh, there it is. Easy kill on Nico. Has no idea that Nap would even be there. And Brokey, no, that's an instant trade, but it's already 4v2.
The AWP is zoned in on Palace. It's not going to miss. They know where Brokey is. He's going to go for a flashbang, but Sui's already setting up right in front of it. Ooh, just a quick scope miss, and Brokey, there's the support from Mirage. Not shying away from that fight. Liquid build an even bigger lead.
Yeah. Yeah, they stand even stronger. I mean, there was not even a bunch of utility that went into that round. And Faze really didn't stand a chance there. They're going to have pistols, once again, sitting around like 2 to 2.5K. Maybe we'll spend a couple dollars to try to put together something. Mirage is a map, I think, that you can come away with a pretty cool eco strat at a low cost. There's execute that they use, which is like the fallen eco execute, flash in front of Palace, 4 run out, maybe smoke jungle, and then just try to get the bomb plan on default. Yeah,
whatever you possibly can. Maybe even some trickery. Remember, they had that set piece to take the attention away from the window boost earlier. That netted them that really critical round earlier. You can do some trickery like that to try and pull the defense and shift the defense into a gap.
And for cheap, once again, you know, but one smoke in window, or just some attention drawn at a site, for example, and you can get that window room control.
Real heartbreak right now for Faze is that, what, that 7-0 run in the first half, it seems so far away. They've only had 1 round on their T side here on Mirage. The offense is failing them for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, dignity rounds if they lose. Just so that we can't characterize it as a stomp, I guess. But game's not over. Cold. What's he got going on? They've got a fair bit of utility here, so it's just pistols, but they can do something interesting. Molly to the land and the balls. Twist calls it out immediately. coldzera's out. That's an important player. Even if coldzera doesn't get a kill, just standing up there is big. Twist feeling a whole lot safer playing around this box, jumping up on the back of Firebox. And no need to get too excited. There's very, very easy kills falling into their hands. Liquid at 13, and it gets into very critical territory now for Faze, especially in a buy save situation.
Yeah, and Twist put a lot of faith in Stewie to watch his back that round as that player tried to wrap behind him inside of the bomb site. Liquid have a pretty solid hold of this map now. Money control, they're on a bit of a run here. 13-9, they have a 4-round lead. They have some rounds to play with. And they're starting to get confident around these smokes.
This is the weird thing about Faze is that, like, they look on form, but then they still are, like, faltering in big ways. It's so strange. But, I mean, I guess that's been the problem with Faze in general.
Remember, they are trying to assimilate 2 pretty new players into this lineup. An inexperienced player still in Brokey.
Yeah. But, for how long?
Mid control for Faze Clan, 3 players there, a 4th in Brokey coming through underpass, but that's going to provide an opening for Nitro, and he doesn't look like he's going to stop. He takes a quick peek to see if anyone's watching for this. Stewie's got backup peering deep with an AWP. That's a lot of manpower for Liquid to be positioned in the B halls. You have to imagine at some point Nitro's going to push forward.
Yeah, there's kind of stuck up there right now, very far in terms of rotation time if they don't make a move. Nitro, I guess, makes a call. Stewie can leave. Smokes behind him. Try to bait in like a first kill if it comes that way. And yeah, he's making good progress. Faze haven't moved just yet.
coldzera was a little bit blind there, but the Molotov prevented the push and actually the full clear for Elige towards A ramp. Maybe he didn't even want to actually clear all the way through that corner, but that leaves coldzera probably feeling pretty comfortable. Nade's going to give away his position. Elige now knows one's close up. Nico's made his way up connector. The gun barrel's been spotted. Easy frag for Nap. No one from Faze is in connector to back him up. And there's the peek. Expected. Triple kill for Nap. There's one more in connector, and he can't even complete it. That's Brokey taking damage. Good job on the 180. But coldzera trying to creep into position, trying to find a headshot it's not to be. And they know where Brokey is. And Liquid, this is just so suffocating. A utility dump into connector, 7 seconds. No chance for Brokey. He just wants to die, just wants the bonus money, and Liquid will oblige.
Man, you gotta love that play from Naf. I mean, mechanically it's impressive, but also just him standing in that corner in jungle allowed him to hear Nico running up. So he wasn't in the window room too far away to do anything about it. He was in a great spot to be able to take on Nico head on and not have to worry about his teammates to help him out. And then obviously just continues with that really, really nice SG spray for the extra 2. Liquid teetering on victory for this first map. A map that Faze love. Again, they pick into this. It's a power move. Full A exec on the cards for FaZe Clan. They've got everything but the guns.
Yeah, going back to the basics, just a full-blown set piece. Elige and Twist to defend. Again, 2 B defenders in the halls very far away. Molotov is out, Twist gonna stand his ground. He's scoped up, he's ready. They line up, a double kill, bombs on the ground. It's a slaughter. There is no progress. No one from FaZe gets anything done.
Well, they end this match on fire. They've had a fantastic CT side, and that's a great way to denote it. Here they are on match point after that eco. And not all the money, they didn't buy to broke, right? FaZe, they just saved for this, right? So
they bought enough to have a little bit of danger. Unfortunately, nothing came from it.
Okay. So
tough part is the money for Liquid is the thing that's such an issue.
Right.
12,000 on Stewie, everyone's comfortable. And FaZe have to win 6 in a row where they've only won 1 round so far in this half.
And it could be just that. Maybe 1 more round. Twist moving up to the top of mid, taken out by Rain. Nico, as his assistant, also helps him clean up. There's only 3 left on Liquid, and it looks like this game might get extended. coldzera is known to be a passive player, but he might want to get aggressive when this smoke clears in Palace. He has to know 2 Liquid players have gone down in middle. Those are people who could rotate over towards the A bomb site to shore it up. What do you think is going through his head right now, making this rotate off? Just backing up. He's probably thinking, why risk it? There's no real reason in a 4-on-3, especially with Rain at such low health. I think that smoke just caused him to miss the timing of when a play like that could have been the most effective. And FaZe is going to slow things down entirely. Very quiet on the map. Cold seems super suspicious that someone's pushed a ramp. He's walked all the way around just to clear these angles out carefully. They've got the time to do so. They've also had the man advantage. No reason for them not to be careful. It was Stewie who got that pick at A ramp, so he's got to be cautious about the AWP, but Stewie's actually rotated all the way around, and that could catch him off guard. If he jumps up on the van and gets a deep angle in towards the B halls, the really tough part for Stewie is this pinch from FaZe is going to be brutal. He's going to have to manage 2 angles. Yeah, Naf is not in no position to rotate easily as well. I mean, he's tucked in right side window, or left side window. Oh, shot in. Rain, the low HP player, but an important tag. Info gained. And Stewie also spots another, but he can't hit the shot. Nico comes away with that kill. And now we're almost in safe territory. Nitro's got to make something happen. Well, he's got to buy time. 1 kill would be phenomenal, but he can't go down because Naf has a chance to be impactful on the flank. And he needs to give Naf the chance. Playing patiently, looking for the peak, but if he goes aggressive, yeah, the AWP is holding the angle, and yeah, now Naf's just got to back away. So FaZe Clan survive, and they get to double digits. Still 5 opportunities for Liquid to close out this first map of the series. Yeah, I mean, Liquid have been here before, so I don't like to use that kind of terminology when it comes to trying to figure out if Liquid are going to win. But shout out to coldzera. Yeah, on this map, huh? Memories. I thought Naf was coming in right behind Nitro. I don't know if he was in the window. Window jumped underpass, or maybe missed the cat jump. That's been a common. It's been a common theme in this game. Yeah, it really has been. Maybe they changed the gravity. I'm not sure. Just off by 1 point. Yeah. Benefit of the doubt. This could have been a round for Stu that we talk about. That peak, it was an easy shot. He did line it up. Things happen. I think the timing of the fact that nobody from FaZe was actually aggressing through B halls kind of threw him off a little bit. He was expecting the push from that direction. Double off setup for Team Liquid. It was their kryptonite in the first half when they were attacking, but now they go to it as well. See if he's still fast enough. A really good jump spot by Nitro. Barely shows his head. Gets out of there fast, a little info gained. Where are the CTs right now? We've got just Naf in the window, right? Yeah, or Stewie, excuse me. Well, there goes the AWP at the B bomb site. Broky's gonna press the issue, and I think Liquid's gonna call a save immediately. I don't know if they're gonna wanna risk everything. Elige goes down, coldzera exploiting it. And the best rounds we've seen on the T side for FaZe have been when they've gotten into window room. A clean kill from Rain. And FaZe is finally fighting back. You ever said when it rains it pours when he gets like 2 or 3 kills? No. Okay. I've avoided that at all. We'll save that for later then. They're delaying Oh, is Bomb in a really awkward spot?
No, Nico's holding onto it mid. They just want to see if there's going to be any pushes. They just want to play this patiently. And they just want to make sure, yeah, they know an information play is coming somewhere. Stewie's in position with the off. There's one kill. That's the bomb as well. He's got
two.
A chance for
A-ramp.
Stewie.
He knows.
Look at the time. 25 seconds. One. Oh, he just narrowly misses. Stewie's building into something here. Towards connector we go, and do they have the time to make it? Yes, plenty of time to get to the B-bomb site, and Stewie is delayed by the presence of Olaf at A-ramp. Does he want to go for the 1 versus 2?
You gotta risk it for the biscuit, baby.
It looks like he does. Keep in mind.
Oh, no,
there's a chance. There's a chance. Oh, the tap, the jump, and Stewie now in a 1 versus 1. Coming over to the B-bomb site, but Brokey's at bench. Stewie looking for one more to close out this map here in Bahrain. Stewie, he's already found 3 in a 1 versus 2. And these are the kind of plays we know he can make. Looking for everything, searching towards market. Brokey prevents the disaster.
Oh, so close. 3 amazing kills in a round where it was locked up. They were pretty much just playing with their food to try to get the exit kills. And then Stewie comes out with that amazing 3-piece. The economic damage might be worth something. You know, if there's a low buy, you can have a low buy situation even if you're trying to, if you need to win every single round. So.
Well, the question is, how does Liquid want to play this? Because the score is now getting a little bit closer, and they had a lot of money previously, but a lot of that's been taken away. So you can go for a low buy on the CT side, you can go for some kind of a save, but you want to make sure down the stretch you have the strongest economy possible. So they're in one of those weird spots where they might have to choose to play it conservative with the money and give an advantage over to FaZe in the next round, just to be sure they have all the money for the rest of the map.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, FaZe.
But they don't.
Yeah, FaZe spent all their money, and I mean, yeah, it looks like Liquid just had just enough to make it very reasonable.
Yeah, they were much richer than I expected. Shout out to Liquid.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's like every team in esports now, right? 15-11, another iconic score line.
Here we go. Why not?
Yeah.
That's a deep nade. That's a great nade. Rain down to 64. This looks like it's going to be faster pace from FaZe.
It is. And
Nico's already leading the way up catwalk.
And we saw how long this setup took to come to fruition on the B sites when they push halls, Stewie and Nitro, and they get into position. This time, coldzera's facing. He wants to fight. Nitro's moving in with the with just the M4. Stewie, will he be able to trade Nitro? Oh, he gives him a chance, but coldzera is too aware.
Smart play, good play from coldzera. Remember previously Stewie and Nitro did that exact same thing, except Nitro didn't push forward. He stayed in front of the smoke.
Oh, Stewie stayed in window. So he could actually easily push into the angle if he wanted to, try to reclaim information.
He might want to, because Mavs rotated over, and Alicia's going to find at least 1 minute. He's lucky to get away. That was a half second away from being a clean death. Twist, though. Ooh, look at him.
Oh my God.
More magic. He's found a great piece of map control. He's going to find Rain. There's no bomb, so he won't be able to hold on to that at A-ramp, but that is a weird position for FaZe to have to deal with. But again, Nico, he's just been such an assassin. I don't know if he spotted that.
No, seriously. Yeah, I think he did call it. He just started talking a lot there.
What a weird crossfire, and FaZe is going to go away from it because Nico's found the freebie at the B-bomb site.
That's it.
He's stepped up. Star player from FaZe has provided the opening needed, and Olaf wants to take all the guns away. He knows the kind of state this map is in. Take all the economy out of the hands of Liquid.
That was crazy. You don't often see that. Just that caterpillar through the murder hole into the B site in the mid round with very little utility. They got that kill off of Nico's information. He simply spots one CT, says, all right, well, they don't know I'm here at all, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get that B kill. Stewie was like in the window, so he's probably be able to spot. And it's the exit round territory, but very important kills nonetheless. And Nap gets 2.
I think that's it. I think he's just survived. I don't think anyone from FaZe wants to mess with this, because look at their money. It's not pretty in any way whatsoever, especially with those 2 kills coming out. If they were to lose Brokey or coldzera, it would be a disaster. 1 HP on Nap. I can't believe they're even still hunting coldzera.
Yeah, it seems like he might be just kind of safely doing what he can.
Yeah, he is pretty safe in that position.
Yeah. So, yeah, he comes away with it. It's in a very expensive round for both teams. As you point out, 3 kills versus 4. But what's important for FaZe is they're winning rounds. They're looking good. They're looking cohesive. Here on the T side,
every time they've been able to get a player boosted up in the mid round in that window, every time they've been able to get Nico in that position, he's played it very, very well. Liquid have to start keeping their eye on that position
full aggro B-apps right now.
And no real investment for Liquid. They upgrade some pistols. Naf still has some utility to work with, but I don't think he's going to be able to put it down in the B halls when they realize what's coming. I think this is just going to be a clean round for Faze. The big thing is if Naf can keep this gun in his hands, he might just want to bail out.
He can see over top of cat smokes from this spot. Oh, but he drops off.
No, but I think you keep this gun in his hands if you're Naf, because he can drop another weapon over in the next round, even at AWP. So it's actually pretty critical that Naf keeps that gun so that he can make that drop.
Just a good call here from Faze Clan to just power through into the B site. Force some saves nice and early. Cut their losses clean. No losses, actually. Holding on to all their flanks. Any exit kill potential here is the question for Team Liquid. And it's not the beginning of the map. I mean, here everybody is counting kills on both teams. It's very important that they do as much damage as possible. Naf chimes in late.
He's trying to keep him pinned to the bomb blast.
Yeah, this is good. I mean,
he's doing a great job as well.
They're a little bit slow to get out. Olaf is going to be the last man, but I think he's made it far enough. Yeah. And Nico even finds a leash. So Naf will carry over that weapon into the next round, but it is looking hairy for Team Liquid. And I'm hearing a lot of Faze fans. I'm not hearing much from that side of the crowd. Okay, that's a little bit better. No pandering.
15-13. Round 29. Here's the buy. The all passed over to Stewie from Naf.
He's got 3K when all is said and done. So this could be the round that brings it to OT for Faze Clan.
I think Twist is thinking those are some interesting smokes to be brought out at 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Huh.
He pushes in towards connector where he could be exposed. Alicia's in window room, but that is a tenuous angle. No one at top mid to throw any kind of a flashbang. Twist and Elise trying to have some kind of an impromptu crossfire. That's a good first kill. He slinks back behind the smokes and connector drops one of his own to delay that second push. And the shot from Stewie picks Brokey out of the sky, goes back for more. A TK does come in, but Alicia's done his job. It's a 4-on-2 for Liquid to close this out. Prevent the comeback that has been building this whole time. Olaf and Coldzera stuck far away from the site, and no one from Liquid is challenging. They want a mistake, but it's not coming. A passive setup, and Liquid is happy to contain. That's one of the last pieces of utility that Faze will have, and how do they get this bomb plant? They don't. Stewie picks up one more. Coldzera out in the open, and they know now. A flank coming in as well. Twist closes it out. 16-13. Liquid survive a scare, but take